Hi there, Sacred Strategist. Have you ever felt like your business goes through exhilarating highs only to hit a wall of doubt, overwhelm, and then the urge to burn it all down and start fresh? You get this electric clarity. Everything flows, sales happen, and it feels like the universe is saying yes. But then the momentum shifts. It starts to feel harder. You wonder, was that just a fluke? And am I even on the right path? So, this episode is in honor of my luminaries inside of Lush Business, Ignite, and Mastermind. Inside of the space, we were talking about the entrepreneur's expansion trap. And I know this feeling all too well. I've been there, riding the high of a breakthrough, only to find myself questioning everything weeks later. And if you're nodding along right now, then you're not alone. This isn't just an emotional cycle, it's a neurological one. Your brain is literally wired for this pattern. So today, I'm going to break down the entrepreneur's expansion trap, a cycle that keeps so many entrepreneurs stuck in an endless loop of inspiration, frustration, and reinvention. And I'll show you exactly how to break free and build sustainable success without having to always start over again. And for those of you that desire to go deeper, I've created an exclusive resource that will guide you through this framework. So, complete with journaling prompts and next steps. So, stick with me because by the end of the episode, you're going to have a whole new understanding of how to navigate growth in a way that actually lasts. And finally, if you enjoy all the free resources I provide every week based on the podcast, you are going to love the resources that are available inside of Sacred Business Circle. It is a low-cost subscription-based membership in my Substack. All you have to do is in the show notes, go ahead and follow me on Substack and then upgrade to the paid version where every week you'll get one resource that helps you directly make impact in your business in the most fun and easeful way. So go ahead and check that out. All right, so let's continue with the episode. Welcome to Sacred Strategy, the business and energy podcast where bold strategies meet the magic of energy and intuition. I'm Sora Schilling, sacred space holder, business alchemist, and creator of the Devoted Archetypes, Sovereign Selling, and the Devoted Energy Coaching Model. For over a decade, I've guided thousands of coaches and space holders to build thriving, soul-aligned businesses that create impact and life-changing money. Let's cut through the noise of traditional strategies and uncover your unique medicine. Use the devoted archetypes to become a transformational space holder and learn to sovereignly sell with integrity. This podcast is your invitation to step into your magic and create a blissfully abundant business and life filled with curiosity, awe, and wonder. Let's dive in. I would like to paint a picture for you. So go ahead, and if you are in a space where you can close your eyes, do so. If not, keep your eyes open and drive safely. Okay, imagine this. You wake up one morning with a brilliant download. You are so freaking proud of the badass person you are with your fresh idea and a shift in your brand. Maybe even a whole new business concept. You feel electric, unstoppable. You start taking action, and it's like the universe is rolling out the red carpet for you, my friend. Clients DM you, unexpected money lands in your account. You're fully in alignment and you feel good. But then the energy shifts. Suddenly, what felt effortless now feels heavy. Things slow the F down. People don't seem to be responding the same way. You start wondering, was this just a fluke? Am I even on the right path? Shouldn't it be this easy over and over again? And then, bam, a new idea pops in your head. This one feels even better. It feels lighter and clearer, and you convince yourself this is the one that will finally take off, save me, make me all the money, give me all the recognitions, and it will be easy as F. So you pivot again and again. You scrap what you've built and you start fresh over and over again until you have become so programmed in this cycle. And just like that, you know what you're caught in? You're caught in what I call, my friend, the entrepreneur's expansion trap, a cycle of inspiration, doubt, and reinvention that keeps you from real, sustainable growth. And here's why this matters. Every time you reset, you delay your success. Instead of building momentum, you're constantly starting over. Instead of compounding your efforts, you're scattering them and you're working twice as harder each time you move through the cycle. The cycle isn't just emotional, it's biological. Your brain is wired to chase novelty, excitement. Every time you have a new idea, your dopamine levels spike, making everything feel exciting, aligned, and crystal clear. But when the novelty wears off and reality sets in, your dopamine levels drop and cortisol, the stress hormone, can take over at times. And this is when doubt, fear, and scarcity thinking shows up. Your brain mistakes discomfort for misalignment. Instead of staying the course, you start searching for that next dopamine hit, the next big idea, the next fresh offer, the next pivot, believing that's where success lies. Now, I have to say that this cycle I've seen with myself for a number of years back in my 20s and 30s in dating and relationship. I would get to that space with a relationship where it felt so good and exciting and aligned and crystal clear. And as soon as the novelty wore off and I started to feel doubt and fear, I would then run in the other direction, looking for that next relationship that was exciting and amazing and what felt aligned until we start having those real conversations. Now, it didn't mean that those relationships were not aligned. What it meant was I was not taking responsibility and being in that mature state of understanding myself and understanding what I needed in order to have these sacred conversations and not abandon everything. So, true sustainable success isn't about constantly starting over. It's about learning how to navigate these dips without abandoning the work. Okay, so let's go ahead and move through the 5 stages of the entrepreneur's expansion trap. So the first one is the ignition phase, inspired momentum and visionary spark. The second is the expansion leap, bold action and early wins. Third is the resistance wall, doubt, overwhelm, and the slowdown. Fourth is the escape temptation, the allure of a fresh start. And the fifth is the breakthrough path, mastery, growth, and long-term success. So I'm going to go ahead and dive deeper into each of them so that you understand it, the trap that is there, and how do you break free from it. All right, I've got you. So let's go ahead and do this. So the ignition phase. Imagine you're standing at the starting line of a race. The gun goes off and you take off at full speed. Adrenaline rushes through your veins and everything feels effortless. Your strides are long, your breathing is light, and you swear you could run forever. That, my friend, is the ignition phase in your business. You've just had a brilliant idea, a powerful download that feels like divine alignment. Suddenly, everything clicks. You take bold action, and the universe seems to roll out the red carpet. Clients DM you out of nowhere, money lands in your account, and you are feeling unstoppable. Yes, this is a divine message. It is amazing. Your brain is flooded with norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin. These 3 amazing chemicals contain excitement, clarity, and motivation. This is why everything feels so aligned and limitless. Here's the trap. Over relying on inspiration as a business strategy. You believe success should always feel this easy. So you don't actually put structures in place, nor begin to notice that there are going to be times that are hard, that you struggle, but really at the end of the day, that creates grit. It creates a sense of resilience and it creates innovation in your business. So how do we break free? We celebrate the momentum, but we don't mistake it for sustainability. A smart entrepreneur knows that the highs won't last forever, so they start building systems early, even when things feel effortless. Okay, the second stage, the expansion leap, bold action and early wins. So think of a rocket launching into space, okay? The initial thrust is powerful, lifting it higher and higher and higher. But here's what most people don't realize. Rockets burn the most fuel in the beginning. That early momentum is accelerating and it's exhilarating, but it needs structures to sustain that growth because at some point it will start gliding and it will slow down. This is the expansion leap. You're riding the wave of action. Your offer is out in the world. People are saying yes, and it feels like your success is inevitable. But what you haven't realized is that momentum alone won't carry you forever. You will glide, but then it will take a little bit of time. So the trap here is assuming momentum will last without any structure because everything is working. So you don't plan ahead. You don't think about scaling. You don't think about the systems. So when the initial excitement fades, you're now worried. So how do we break free from this? Please make sure you're documenting what's working and all of your steps. What messaging, what strategy, and what actions are bringing in your clients. Create a long-term marketing plan that will keep your momentum alive once the initial sparks dim. Also, keep a long-term understanding around your client journey, the systems that you have to onboard them, to offboard them, and your sales system that helps bring new potential clients into a journey until they say yes. Okay, so what's the next phase of the entrepreneur's expansion trap? It's the resistance wall. This is where doubt, overwhelm, and slowdown begins to happen. So picture this. You've been hiking up a beautiful mountain. At first, the climb feels exhilarating, but suddenly you hit a steep section. Your legs feel heavy, your breathing is now shorter, and you start questioning why you even began this hike in the first place. This is where most people turn around and they go back. This, my friend, is the resistance wall. Welcome if this is where you are at the moment. The magic starts to fade. The excitement wears off. And suddenly things feel hard. You start questioning if your initial success was a fluke. Engagement slows down, sales feels unpredictable, and doubt creeps in like an unwelcome guest that won't leave. Now, from a brain insight, your dopamine levels have dropped and your cortisol levels have risen. Your brain is convincing you that something has gone wrong. It's alerting you when in reality, this is just the next phase of your journey. So really honor the trap, which is mistaking discomfort for misalignment. Instead of pushing through, many entrepreneurs assume they need to change directions entirely. Now, I'm not saying that you bulldoze your way through. What I am inviting you to consider is staying in the discomfort, pausing here and beginning to notice what is actually happening. Is there an opportunity to grow, to learn about what you might need for your systems in place so that you can continue to expand in your business before considering having to change your directions in your business entirely? So how do you break free from this? Normalize resistance. Normalize in your business that there will be cycles where things are hard. Success isn't about avoiding this phase. It's actually about knowing how to navigate it. To me, I know that I'm successful because I know how to pivot. I know how to be innovative. I know how to listen to my people and the market and know when I need to shift slightly. So instead of scrapping everything, refine your approach. What small tweaks can you make to re-engage your audience? Okay, the next phase is the escape temptation, the allure of a fresh start. So imagine you're building a house. Do you like all of my metaphors, by the way? You've laid the foundation, the walls are going up, But then you notice a shinier, more modern blueprint for a house. So instead of finishing what you started, you bulldoze the entire house and you start over and you do this again and again because you think you need something else, something shinier, something better. This is, welcome, the escape temptation. A fresh new idea will always appear looking shinier and, more importantly, easier than the path you're currently on. Because remember, at this phase, right before this phase, things were starting to feel hard. And so you convince yourself, maybe this idea will be the one that finally takes off. Maybe there's an easier approach. How can I cut the line and do something that's so much easier than this? So what's happening is your brain craves novelty. The limbic system, your emotional brain, overrides logic, convincing you that starting over is the best option, which then again will give you those good hormones to make you feel better. So the trap is seeking novelty to avoid long-term consistency and long-term relationship building. You think a new idea will solve your problems. But in reality, you're just resetting the cycle to go through this whole thing again until you get to the escape temptation phase and then go back to a new idea. So, Divine One, go ahead and break free from this. Pause before pivoting. Are you avoiding something uncomfortable in your current business? Instead of scrapping everything, consider a micro pivot. Don't burn it all down yet. Small micro adjustments can align your business without restarting from zero. And there's so much you begin to learn as a badass CEO in your business. All right, final phase is the breakthrough phase. It's about mastery, growth, and long-term success. So, last metaphor, think of an elite athlete. They don't jump from sport to sport, hoping to find the easiest one, right? Instead, they refine their skills, build endurance, and push through the tough seasons. Mastery doesn't come from constantly starting over. It comes from sticking with the process. And most importantly, the way that they move through those tough seasons is because they have community, they have a coach, they have guidance. This is the breakthrough path. Instead of chasing new ideas over and over again, you're refining your current offer. You're building consistency in marketing and sales. And even when challenges arise, you don't panic. You adjust and you keep going. Now, yes, you pause to feel the fears, to acknowledge the panic and the overwhelm, but also in that space of pausing and remembering that you've got this, you shift from that dysregulated state back to that open state of possibility. So your trap here is believing growth should always feel easy. Even at this stage, doubt and discomfort will appear. The difference, you now have the tools to move through them instead of running for them. So for example, if I was to consider the fact that right now I have a fur baby that is 3 months old. Now I had that ignition phase in the beginning where it was so wonderful. She is so cute. She is beautiful. I love her so much. Everything is so good, right? Then comes the next phase. Because everything is going so well, I have so many ideas. I have a plan to help support her, how to train her. It feels effortless, like we're getting to know one another, and she's like the perfect dog. Nothing is going to go wrong. And so then all of a sudden, I'm thrusted into the space with her where we're doing all this training. And now all of a sudden, I'm recognizing that I'm getting tired. I was excited to wake up in the middle of the night every day. I was excited to play with her and train her at all hours of the day. But now I'm getting tired. The next phase, I'm resistant now. I'm in doubt and overwhelmed. Did I make the right choice? Is this something that I could actually do? How do I run a business when I'm so focused on the puppy? And now the puppy is getting so much more comfortable in our environment. And she is sassy. She has her own will. She wants to do what she wants, and she's expressing herself, which is not easy necessarily on us, the humans. And so, therefore, then what happens? I want my partner to take over more than I want to. And I'm sure he has felt the same way. We want to escape the responsibility. Now, we don't want to let her go. She's 100% part of our family, but we are now trying to see who's taking more responsibility than the other, right? So then there is a breakthrough space in this where all of a sudden we recognize long term that she's only going to be with us for a very short period of time. And so, therefore, what I do is I drop into not chasing new ideas or not just thinking about the good old days that was 2 weeks ago, but believing that in this growth, that every single moment that I have with her is such a powerful experience. And I am training myself to be okay with any of the discomfort because my puppy is the most amazing being. She is already teaching us so much, and I will miss her tremendously when she takes her last breath. And so, therefore, your breaking free in this path is training your nervous system to tolerate discomfort. Real success comes from resilience, not always reinvention. So keep refining what you've built, honor it, connect with the soul of your business, because this is where long-term growth, wealth, and impact is created. All right. Now, your next steps. Go ahead and identify where you are in the cycle. Awareness is always the first step, yes? Choose how you will move forward instead of spinning in avoidance. And also DM me on Instagram because I'm going to give you a free guide that will help you navigate the cycle and move towards sustainable success. All you'll have to do is put in the podcast number. Now, success isn't about constantly starting over. Yes, there are moments where you will, absolutely, because we evolve as humans. But also, we don't always have to start over again. It's about knowing how to navigate the entire journey, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. So I'm curious, which stage are you in? And more importantly, what's your next move? You are so much closer to that breakthrough than you think. Keep creating, keep refining, and trust the journey because I believe that you've got this, and I hope you do as well.